Hi everyone, so I have another layout here for you. I'm working back in my 2016, I guess Project Life-ish style documentary album. Sorry, I don't know, I just all of a sudden got a little nasally today, so sorry for the sniffles if you hear them and sounding a little nasally. So I had a whole bunch of photos I developed through Shutterfly. Yeah, Shutterfly. Love the quality they come, so I'm probably going to keep doing that as well. So you saw me just arranging the photos there, and now I'm just trying to find some of the filler cards for this. And like I've said in the past, I have tons and tons from Kelly Purkey and the Messy Box cards. And so I think most of these that I'm using are from Kelly Purkey's subscriptions. I'm going to end up changing several of them later on. I really liked that. You changed it, but I really liked that blue, that navy and white striped one. But it just, I just couldn't find it to make it work in the layout. So I love that you're my absolute favorite quote. I was visiting my goddaughter in Georgia, and so that is what kind of inspired my direction of this layout and some of the things I chose. So I'm here just pulling out all my stamps, and I have so many of them. I've got to get rid of them, some of them, because I don't even use them. I don't even pull them out. They're old. I saw that they were like from Ali Edwards 2012. But I end up using mostly the Kelly Purkey's and my favorite stamp set there that she had. And then the traveling one, Kelly Purkey traveling. I'll link or write it down in the descriptions which ones they are. So sorry, my camera is jiggling there a little bit. I'm just trying to get everything situated. Sorry, my dog's trying to figure out what he wants to do, what I'm doing here on the computer. So he's like jumping up. So this title card, I end up cutting this label out, but I'm going to end up changing it because I don't like it at all in the end. I thought the idea was great, but after I had finished the layout and put it all finally together, I was just not thrilled with it. But first I decided to use this traveling stamp set here. It says like destination and then date and details. And I'm going to stamp it up there on the photo with where my feet are. And there's kind of two stories behind this layout. I had ran 12 miles that morning, and so I was kind of relaxing my feet. And I don't put this in my journaling later on, or in my journaling in this layout. I may include it somewhere else. I don't know. So, but anyways, I'm just kind of looking to see if there wanted to add there was another one that said like train, airplane, boat, car. Stamp as well. I thought I would do that. So anyways, I'm going to stamp this up in the top left-hand corner with my Brilliance, the Moonlight white ink pad. And it stamps pretty well. It stamps pretty well, but I am having to change it because I make a bobo with when I was using my pen. So I'm just kind of cleaning up my stamp here on the back of that. There. I really liked how it did turn out on the card. I just was kind of upset, and I didn't feel like reprinting the photo. So I'm going to switch to the title card, or I'm going to pull up the white pen. I don't remember. I know I do one of the things. I think right now I'm just looking for a label that would work on that title card. So I'm just looking through all those labels. As you can see, I've acquired quite a few of these things from the Kelly Purkey collections. Excuse me. So I think I decide that kind of like tealish one that kind of matches that green in the quote there on the right-hand side. So I'm just going to cut it out real quick. And there we go. So like I said, I'm going to end up changing it all anyways in the end, but it's okay. Like I said, I like the idea behind it, but I don't know, I think I just need a different color background behind the white, or I don't know. It needed something different, and I couldn't figure out what it was, so I just got rid of it and went and did something else. I think I went through and like looked for a certain stamp, and I ended up going through and like purging all my stamps and have a pile of stamps I want to get rid of and stamps I'm going to keep. So, and I have so many stamps. It's ridiculous. Some of them have never even been touched. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with those, how I'm going to get rid of them and stuff. So I'm just kind of testing out. I found this one that I think is a Studio Calico stamp that came in one of their collections from years ago, probably like 2013 or 2014. So I'm kind of going to just stamp this to kind of make a line across the card here. And yeah, I stamp over it, but it's because it's going to be hidden behind the label. And just kind of inking, getting the rest of the ink off that stamp there. So there's the label. And see, it doesn't look too bad now that I watched the video, or after watching the video a couple times. It doesn't look too bad from the view of there, but I don't know, just up close to me, it didn't look great. So sorry for the sniffles. So now I'm gonna just put in there with these from the Purkey collections, the subscriptions. These right out of Georgia. And I always have to write things off to the side because I make mistakes all the time when I am spelling out with letter stickers. And sometimes I still even make mistakes, even when I have to spell it on the side. But anyways, so I'm just going to quickly spell out Georgia on the label. I'm just going to speed up here me putting down the title, spell out Georgia, and then in the next, I'm going to be pulling out my white gel pen and practicing all that photo of my dog that I'm not using, just to see if it smears or how the pen will react to photo paper. And it reacts well, and it's just that I end up making a mistake here, I think I was checking the date on my phone, and then I don't know why it happened in October, and I wrote 8 for the August. I have no idea why I did that. I made a bobo and I was annoyed. And then the pen was kind of acting funny to write with. So it was just getting, and then it was like getting, I don't know, soft. So what I'm going to end up doing is pulling out here another card. And I find a navy one that I like. And at first I tried the navy, but yeah, it does not, it's hard to see. So I'll speed it up here a little bit so you can quickly see what I do, or I end up in the end using the white part of this card. So as you see, I am using that white, the Brilliance White on it, and it looks alright, but I think when I put it against the photo, it just looks a little, it didn't work. So then I end up putting it into the white here, and it looks a lot better, and you can see it, and it shows up a lot better against the photo. So I end up being much happier on how it turns out and putting down my journaling for this card. And so I'm just going to tear it to give it a little banner tear effect, and glue, and also use add the journaling. Quickly about how I'm traveling to Georgia for my goddaughter's 2nd birthday, and then glue it down, and then I'm going to use my tiny attacher to attach it as well. I'm trimming off the excess. So it's not what I envisioned, but it's alright. I can live with it. So now I'm just going to put in some more, add my journaling to this card. And I don't know. In the end, I just, like, later on, I didn't like how it looks. I don't know if you can see, but they're over there on that on the left-hand side, and one of the little cards, there's like a white line. I added some journaling. I don't remember seeing that in the video, but I added some journaling to that one as well. So here I'm thinking I'm finished, or not journaling, but stamping to that photo. So here I'm thinking that I am finished my layout. I can call it quits, go to bed, or whatever I was doing that day, if I was going to bed next or not, whatever. So I think I'm done. And I know I sleep on it overnight. And I will come back, I think a couple days later actually, I came back and I changed it. And as you can see, I changed the photo down the bottom. I had that one that I had printed out too, and I hadn't added it at the time, but I did not like that title card. It just, I don't know, it just was not working for me. So then I ended up pulling out that stamp set again from the Kelly Purkey that's about, I don't remember what it's called, My Favorites or something like that. And I'm going to be using a lot of the stamps from there. And I also pulled out another label card here with the green to kind of pull in that green throughout the layout. I think that was maybe one of the things too with the title card. It was, all the colors were not fitting to me. They were just all over the place, I felt like. I was trying to make them fit and it wasn't working. So I found this one, I think it says, you're my favorite or something like that. You can see it in the photos in the end. But it just worked. And so I'm just stamping it on this other green card, journaling card that I found in my stash. And just trying to get it on. My stays on. I don't like the stays on. It just somehow does not transfer that well. So I end up going and get one of my dye inks. And it comes out a lot better. Or maybe not. I didn't get it yet. I know. I think I will get it later on. I know I'm testing it. I got the stays on, and then I go back and I go and get the dye because I can't stand this anymore. It's getting on my nerves. So skipping ahead, here I come to get it with my dye ink, and voila! It stamps so much better. So now I'm just going to cut that out. Just use my, I don't know why I didn't use my scissors. It would have been just as easy. Anyways. So just trimming that out there. Again, I could have used my scissors instead of been fussing with all of this, but I didn't. Anyways. So I'm going to add that to that little card there of my goddaughter up close and personal. I think she was playing with my phone at that point. She likes to take pictures, selfies of herself, like herself in the camera. So I'm just going to glue it down and again use that lovely tiny attacher to attach it into there. And pull out the old title card that I was not happy with. And then I also pull out my, I love them, my wood veneer arrows. And I just place an arrow, glue a little arrow down below. Well, label I put in there, excuse me. And so much happier with how this turned out and in my layout. I think I was just putting the tiny attacher to the label. Sorry, it was out of frame there. Then I put it in and of course the arrow moves, so I have to kind of adjust it and fix it. Yep, see, there we go. Oh, scrapbooking problems, right? Being impatient and waiting for glue to dry. So now I am going to add, there's another, I know there's another stamp on that stamp set that I'm going to add here. But first I think, I'm just filling out the card because it says like date. So I'm just putting the dates of when I was there in Georgia. And then kind of looking to see maybe there's something I can put in the top part of that thing and or in that little square that's on the right of it. So I'm just adding the location because that's what it said. And then now I'm going to add my journaling. I don't know why I had to think about it because somehow it just does not flow easy for me, my journaling. So I'm just writing about what happened on this trip briefly. I talk about the run, not the 12 miles that I ran earlier that morning, but I also did a fun run later that evening after I flew in for 3. I did a fun one, a 5K, so I ran a lot of miles that day. But anyways, just journaling how I hung out with my goddaughter for her birthday and met her baby brother. So there's a stamp on there that says essential and a little circular thing right there, and it fits perfectly in that square, which I am going to add into there next. And just putting the other stamp back. Priming my stamp with my little eraser there that I have. Putting that horrible stays on away and using my Mementos dye ink. Right? It's Mementos. Yeah, Memento ink. So adjusting it, it fits in there perfectly. I actually like how this journaling card came out. I'm usually never that happy with how my journaling cards come out, but this one I am pleasantly surprised that I actually enjoyed it. So I was looking to see maybe letter stickers, what to put up there. Excuse me. Above the journaling, and what I'm going to pull out? I'm going to pull out my wood veneers again. Woohoo! I love those wood veneers. And I think I'm debating on which ones I'm going to pull out. So like magic, there I am with my wood veneers. I'm pulling out, I'm thinking maybe an arrow. I really didn't want to do another long skinny arrow, although it would have fit perfectly in there, but I didn't want to do it like, because I already had it on the other page. I wanted something a little bit different. So I have the hearts too, and this one was just, that one was a little too big. To pulling out some more arrows, I thought maybe doing a couple arrows. Then I thought stars. And then I find in the jar of wood veneers, it is smaller hearts. And then I think I saw the stars, and I was wanting to put maybe just 1 star or 3 stars. And then, like I just said, I end up finding the heart, and that is what I'm going to end up putting right there in the center, and it looks adorable. And I also use my tiny attacher to attach it. I just pulled out, there was a little bit smaller one that fit perfectly inside there. So I'm going to glue, tiny attach, and I will finally call this layout complete. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the video.